What can we see from you guys, the public eye, in the next 6 months to a year?
Cavern, naked.
So, the public eye.
Public eye.
How you doing, guys?
Not too bad. Not too bad today. It's nice and cold.
It is nice and cold, yeah. My hands are absolutely freezing. So obviously we've only got 2 of you today, but that's absolutely fine. You know, you can get an insight to what the band's all about. So let's start with the name. You know, the public eye. What is that all about?
So we were looking for names for like time. Like, we used to practice at the Studios, but like the old one, not the current one. And we went through names like, I think we were called like fucking Blue Station at one point, and like Casual Panic and all these horrible names. And Jonah came, who's the guitarist, with the idea for the name The Public Eye. And we didn't really have a meaning for it, so I nipped home and I thought, like, oh, if you're in the public eye, then you're never not in the public eye. Like, so, which sounds really corny, but I thought that's a pretty cool name.
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you about when you're in the public eye, you're never not in the public eye. Because I thought, is it something that's got like a meaning behind it, or is it just like a little cheesy?
But yeah, it
just came after the name for some reason, yeah.
So obviously, like the public eye being the band, and then the other public eye being like the public eye, like you're in front of the public, like always.
It's pretty cool. I quite like that. To be fair, it's got an effect.
Yeah,
very meta.
It is stupidly meta.
So where we are right now, we're in. I can't believe I can't remember the year. You know, that's so weird. We're in 2023. We're on
2024.
2024. Bloody hell. No way. Right. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know how I got that wrong. There's something wrong with me. Seriously.
Sure,
we're in 2024.
Yeah.
We're in Feb. We are in Feb.
Yes, we're in Feb.
So how long has the band been going for?
2 years now.
About two and a half years.
Not really been keeping track that much. I don't know what point we were considered a band, when we were good enough to be called a band. But yeah, it's got to be 2.5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we need to put it out there somewhere, because if we like write and get a Wikipedia page,
we've just become a band.
Yeah. We released 12 songs before we became a band.
But you're very well known around Derby. I mean, like anyone I speak to in Derby, even Knox. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm like, oh, the public eye, and they're like, I know the public eye. Do you know what I mean? So that must feel. I mean, you guys must know that, you know, everyone in Derby knows the public eye. Everyone that's involved in the music scene knows the public eye.
Well, I appreciate we both appreciate that massively.
Yeah. So how did all of you meet? Obviously, we're missing 2, but...
So I used to play a lot of FIFA, and basically I met Jonah, the guitarist, through us. He used to play for my mate's Sunday League team, and he got put into, you know, pro clubs. Like, so we all used to play pro clubs together. And we wanted like a full squad of people in our pro clubs team, because we were proper little scrubby kids. Like. And Jonah joined, and we liked the same music, and he couldn't even play guitar at the time. And he was like, if I learn guitar, can we start a band? I was like, yeah, go on then. And then in the midst of me trying to put together this band, drummers and bass players are like fucking impossible to find. But my mate Archie introduced me to Cav, who was like local absolute gangster in Chaddiston, walking around. And
you don't think it, would you?
I don't know.
And I messaged him because I thought he's hard, so I'll have him in the band.
He's hard.
And then he joined, and he'd been playing his instrument longer than any of us, so he was already fucking like teched out on bass. And then Zach had played in a band that he used to be in a band with Will and Joe from Marseille. And when their band sort of like, I think their band was sort of coming to an end, and me and Zach used to play Minecraft. It all started. This whole band started through some kind of
gaming. Yeah.
I got in touch with Zach and said, obviously we were putting together the band, and I wanted him to be a part of it. And we all went down to the Breck, and then we got offered this absolute gem, which is the art building in the White Horse. Which, to be able to not have to pay for a practice space, just come here for as long as we want, at any point in the week
Well, I
is.
think we do make the money back in beer.
Yeah, 100%.
I think, yeah, I should mention the White Horse. Obviously, we're here in the back building, and like you guys must appreciate that loads. You know that you have this area. It's a nice area. Like,
yeah, it is.
with, you know, the drum kit and the vinyls on the wall. It looks cool. I like it a lot. So it must be nice to have an area like this where you're able to just, come in kind of whenever you want and just practice.
100%. So it's like when we were first starting out, it felt like a youth club, like in the well, a youth club of people drinking like lime and sodas, because no one was old enough yet. Luckily now we're all of age to drink the pints, so we can give them some money.
yeah. Well, at least you're paying them back in that, as you said. Anyway, I'm going to start. Well, not start, but I'm gonna begin a kind of new conversation with the fact that you released a new song called "The Wire," right? I've listened to it loads. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been on repeat. I do like it a lot, and I'm sure a lot of other people do too. But what is The Wire? What's that about?
Well,
This is another one of your questions.
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I wanted to hand that one over to Kevin, but
I can't answer it. I don't know.
I was sat at home, feeling all sorry and sad for myself because it's a proper breakup song. It's a breakup anthem. No, I'm joking. But I got really angry, and opposed to like putting all of these toxic, horrible thoughts into like a text message and sending it, I was like, I'm just gonna throw this up on a piece of paper, and then try and come back to it and make it a little bit cohesive and more relatable to everyone else. And then I came into the practice room with sort of the bones of everything I had, and everyone jumped on and made it 10 times better. And obviously now it's The Wire.
It's a proper song. It's a good song. And like, is that something that you include in your music? You know, like a meaning behind it for other people to relate to?
Oh yeah, 100%. I don't see the point otherwise. There's exceptions in it. Like, you got bands like Oasis that will openly come out and say our songs don't necessarily mean anything, but as long as it means something to the listener, then that's important. But for me personally, I don't think I could achieve that level of having nothing mean something. It's got to mean something lyrically for me, and I've got to be able to talk about it after writing it.
It's more enjoyable as well if it means something.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's like you're feeling it a bit more.
Yeah, and then I guess you can come up with new ideas as well. Like, something might have happened, and you'd be like, oh, write a song about it.
Yeah.
You know, make it into a proper song. And there's so many people that listen to you guys. You know, at this point in time, you've got like almost 7,000 monthly listeners. Now that is mad. To be fair,
sick. I'm well up with. There was a point where we like didn't even have 100 monthly listeners, and when we hit 100 monthly listeners, that felt like big. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, I remember seeing you guys like when you first kind of started, type thing. And I used to listen to you, like, you know, here and there, and it was good. But now it's like wow, you know, these guys are known. Like I said, in Derby, it's the public eye, isn't it? So you built yourself up to like a point where you're actually getting recognised. Now, in terms of you know, other cities, I've seen you, like, you know, gigging around other cities and stuff. Is that something you're trying to expand further outwards to other places as well?
Yeah, 100%. Because it's like, you're not like, you can only do so much with social media. Like, you don't know what people are going to see it. But if you're playing gigs with like bands, supporting bands, then that's people that like your kind of music. So if you're going like here, there, and everywhere, just playing. Then you're going to get more fans and build up more traction, because they'll tell their mate, and then that's when the ball starts.
It's all word of mouth. I think I'd like to think a lot of our cult following is all through word of mouth. Oh man, we got to play in Newport recently in Wales, and there was just a crowd of people right at the front of the stage that were all Welsh chanting Public Eye, which is absolutely, it doesn't compute in my brain that happened. And then obviously, because we had that little following at the front, it made everyone else in the room interested, and we came out wanting to come in like straight back to Newport with how good that gig felt.
That's amazing. I mean, when you're at the front of the stage, you know, I'm not in a band, I'm not a music artist or anything. I'm the word of music artist, you know what I mean? Like, I represent a load of music artists and bands.
That's a sick way to put it.
But yeah, it's just off the top of my head, I've never even thought of that. But
copyright that.
Straight away from this video.
You did it here first, ladies.
What was I saying? About I've never been on the front of the stage. And like the amount of like thrill, like kind of motivation, or like, I don't even know how to explain it, you know, like euphoric feeling that you get if you're on the front of the stage and there's people singing to your music that you just made. That must feel incredible.
Oh mate, well there's few things that can touch it. Do you know what I mean? Like to get the endorphins and the adrenaline flowing in your body, like being on stage. I think maybe eating like Madras comes like nearly there. But other than that, the amount of adrenaline on stage is just it's nuts. It's like a drug. It's unreal.
Yeah, well, you said adrenaline. That's what I was trying to search for. Adrenaline. Yeah, you must get a lot of adrenaline on the front of the stage.
Yeah, it's like I'm just buzzing afterwards. So I just I can't stop. Like after I come off stage, I'm just like pacing up and down. I'm like,
filled with all of that fucking.
Even me when I'm listening to music like live, I haven't even heard you guys play live yet. Like I need to come to a gig, but even me just listening to it, it makes me feel like like buzzing. I love music. So, like I said, I can't even imagine what it'd be like being on the front of the stage with people singing to your music that you've created.
Boss. Yeah, absolutely boss.
So we're going to get a bit more technical here. We're going to delve into the side of creating music. What is, in simple, the process of creating your music?
Differs, doesn't it? Really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the one thing is that we're usually all sat together, holding hands. No, I don't know. We're usually all sat together in this room. We sit in a circle. So Zach will be here, and Jonah will be there, Kevin will be there, and then obviously you can't see behind the camera, but that's around where I'll be sat. And whoever's brought in an idea, you just sort of bound sit around the circle, and so you listen to everyone's opinions on what you've brought in, because that's what betters it. If like, let's say if like me or Kevin came in with an idea, and we were like, we're not changing it, like it's staying exactly like that, then the song would be awful. It's the fact that all four of us can put so much input into all of them is what I think makes them stand out.
Yeah, so it's like a shared opinion. Sorry, carry on. Yeah,
that's right. And lyrics as well. Like mostly there, Joey, we kind of just sometimes just leave him to do his own thing, and then come back up, and then we pick like points and change it like that, and then you throw AC for it.
No, it's like sometimes like I could come up and I'll say something that I think sounds well cool in my head, and then Kevin will be like, that sounds like poo or something like that, where people are going to sing that. Yeah. People are going to sing that instead, so maybe don't sing that. And I'm like, yeah, that's a massive shout. Or just like if someone comes up with a cooler word, then it just improves it, doesn't it?
It's just constructive criticism, isn't it? Like you're not doing it to be like horrible to each other. You might be, I don't know. But
it's complete honesty. Like if we couldn't all tell each other that we were shit, then we wouldn't make anything good.
No.
So some of like what I think personally, like our best songs have come out of like heated debates and what to do. Like Soap Opera, that took
month, an entire month of just graft.
Yeah, that's a good song as well though. I mean, it pays off in the end. Do you know what I mean? Like a song like that might have taken ages to create. You're at the point now where people are listening to it like non-stop. So it's something that you can be proud of as well.
Well, it's almost like solving a maths question. Like you're just hitting walls until you finally, like you've cracked it, and then obviously the achievement of that feels great. Like once you've actually written that song, it's like, okay, it was worth smacking my hand into the wall until it bleeding. Like, not literally, but like. But
I was going to say, I'd be a little bit concerned.
That's how all the songs are written. We just smack walls.
Yeah. Right. Let's go on another tangent. Goals. You guys are growing rapidly, growing. What? In maybe, let's say like all-time goals, what is it? Where would you guys want to be?
It's obviously like the cliche ones, like Leeds. But a personal one, I think for us, like hometown goals, is Pride Park.
Yeah, Pride Park could be unbelievable. Like if we got to play and sell out Pride Park Stadium at some point in the future, that's like mission accomplished. That's what I mean.
And it's local, isn't it? Yeah. So it's like I've conquered Derby kind of thing.
Well, this is it. It's like I think there's no crowd better than a local crowd, especially our local crowd, man. They're nuts. I absolutely love them.
Yeah, that's good because you have a connection with the crowd as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like we were just saying, they're singing to your music and there's a connection there. Like it's not just like it's just some music, listen to it. Like they'll be there and they'll be having the best time of their life, singing to music, just enjoying it.
Yeah,
I think it's because obviously we're all from the same place. It's like there's more of a connection there because they don't just understand what we're talking about, but they see what we're talking about. Like when we write songs about Derby and stuff like that, they've seen it, so they get it.
Yeah, well, Blue Note. That's
The whole point, I remember we wanted to play Blue Notes. We were like, let's write a song called Blue Note. And then the guys say no. And well, yeah, we got to do Blue Note. We opened up Blue Note with Blue Note, which was cool.
And that got a crazy amount of plays as well, like 100,000 or something like that.
Mate, TikTok's done that, man. There's the whole absolute like plague of social media can help in some ways.
Yeah. A lot of people that I've interviewed have said that social media is the place to market, obviously, because now everyone's on it.
Yeah.
You know, especially TikTok. A lot of musicians and bands and music artists are on TikTok trying to blow up overnight or build up their following. I think that's where a lot of audience does come from now. So you guys are active on social media quite a lot, you know, like on your Instagram and your TikTok, stuff like that. Is that something that plays a big part in, obviously, this might be like something you don't want to talk about, I don't know. Is this,
that's all right.
Yeah, obviously people don't want to talk about how they market or whatever, but like, does that play a big part in maybe reaching more people?
Yeah, definitely, because it's like international, isn't it, as well?
Yeah.
So there's no bounds that you can see what you put on social media. And also, if it wasn't for social media, we wouldn't record wherever we record now.
Yeah, literally. Look, so we record at the Motor Museum in Liverpool now, which is sick. It's the studio where like Arctic Monkeys did their first album, and like when Oasis were eating a Chinese, Noel went into the back room and wrote Supersonic. Like there's all these nut stories.
Wow.
And Ben, who's Ben Harper, the producer, he's absolutely sick. And if you're a band and you're looking to like bring like if you're just looking to record in a really cool studio, then 100% go down there. But I can't even remember what I was getting to there because I sort of went off my love for Ben. That was it. So he found us through his on his Instagram Discover page, like in the art building. Our first EP came up, and then he came up and listened through the discography and invited us down and made us all like cups of teas and was walking around like, yeah, this is Pete Townsend's mixing desk, and like these are all like Andy McCluskey's like platinum vinyls like all over the walls, and like instantly like, okay, I want to record here now.
And you are recording there now.
Oh yeah. It's boss.
That's incredible. That
We've
is
been
mad.
really lucky to be able to work with to only ever work with two sick producers, and that's Nat Webb, who's based in San Diego around here, and then Ben Harper, who's based in Liverpool.
Nice one. Is there something that motivates you guys to carry on then? Obviously you've got money, or you've got, you know, your fans, but what does motivate you guys to carry on?
It's definitely not money. If you're in the music industry these days for money, then you're doing the wrong thing, because that ain't gonna come for a long time, and that's if it ever does. It's got to be just, this is solely what you want to do, and if you it's one of them where there's raw talent, but I think if you graft and graft and graft and graft, you can get to the same level as raw talent.
Yeah, I think if you're not doing it for money as well, you've got that actual interest, you know, the interest where you're enjoying it so much that you just want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, if the money does come, it might not come for a while, it might come nearer the end or like along down the line or whatever, but if you're enjoying it anyway, you might as well just do it.
Yeah. And I think if you do enjoy it, that probably is the key to money, isn't it? In the end, if you're doing something that's authentic and you're selling a product, I guess, that's authentic, that you believe in, then other people are going to believe in it too.
Yeah. So talking about obviously enjoying, has there been a part where it might have been difficult throughout your time of being a band? You know, a time you might have had to overcome at some point?
Yeah, there's loads of not like, I don't think there's ever been a massive thing, there's but it's always just like little things like hitting deadlines and stuff like that, because one of the songs that we went in to record last time we went down to the studio, 3 weeks before we haven't even it wasn't written.
So I think that kind of pressure is what makes songs like that. Like at the minute, that's the song that we're happiest with. Like we can't wait to release this song as well. But yeah, I think it's things like that can be a massive struggle, but sometimes that pays off in other
keeps
ways.
You going as well. You know, it keeps you in order, like in line, where it's like, if I get it done here, then I can do something else, and then just, you know, it's like a timeline where it's all organised. So that's good. Now I'm going to do a final question now, and this is, what can we see from you guys, the public eye, in the next 6 months to a year?
Cavan naked. No, I'm joking. on the Instagram account. That's the next thing.
OnlyFans, public eye.
Go on. What can we see?
So we've got ND Festival.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
In
I've seen
September.
That could have its own episode, mate. That is nuts. And ND festivals, yeah, it's going to be sick.
So we've got that. We've got maybe some more songs dropping, maybe not.
We've got some more songs dropping.
Okay, it is definite then.
Yeah.
we've got some gigs in the pipeline around the country.
Yeah, which is sick. It's like we were saying earlier, to be able to expand a bit is cool. I think we're definitely gigging around a lot more than we were last year or the year before. But like,
well, it happens, doesn't it? You grow, like
Yeah.
you're gonna expand into different cities and stuff.
Like next month is so busy, isn't it?
yeah, we've got the next 2 months are looking really, really cool, and it's just going to be sick to gauge what our audience is like in all of them other cities.
Yeah, nice one. Well, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to say thank you very much, guys, for joining me. It was awesome talking to you. Thank you very much.
Go follow MusikBox.
Yes, follow MusikBox and the Public Eye.
Up the Public Eye.
I'm tripping over.
He's done his shake.